to listen to the superb narrator. Okay, no one could have guessed that Tanos would willingly burn down the capital city of Stormbreeze just to defeat his daughter? Not exactly a good paladin's finest hour, but this plan would have worked. Actually, Tanos had expected his magic to destroy Talia, but the grave golem had heroically thrown itself before its leader and saved her from certain death. Tanos saw it as a sign from the goddess that his foster daughter was not yet lost, and only needed a push in the right direction. And so it was that Tanos turned to the things one used to convince others and made eager use of the Inquisitor's torture chamber. What? You didn't expect that? Well, no one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Talia could not endure the torture, I mean persuasion, forever. Her fate appeared to be sealed. But the absolute evil was not yet defeated, for it still had influence even without Talia. Light and shadow. Tanos had captured Talia, but the ominous evil still had some influence and built a dungeon very close by.
Do not resist the light, daughter. Purify your soul.
Ah! Ah! Father! Why are you doing this? These are not good deeds.
You will know, daughter. Soon you will know.
The capture of Talia and her immediate torture, purification, one occasionally slips up with these religious fanatics, strengthened the hero's morale. They assumed that good would now win, but they did not know about the dungeon growing in the underground. Even without Talia, the seductive evil still had some influence and powerful creatures. The evil set about raising an army that would free Talia. Do we really have to? Okay, she's funny and all that, but she takes away a lot of my narration time, which I could fill with brilliant monologues instead. Or I could recite a poem. Did I ever tell you the story about how I rode a bicycle over my own toe? Yeah, okay, you don't have to threaten me. We'll get her back. Fine.
Everything good must die.
What's that? Evil scum pollute the overworld. Go, my faithful. Deal with the matter.
The stomping of the incautious Evil's army had not gone unnoticed. From now on, heroes would be entering the dungeon.
Good doesn't stand a chance. Vader for
The thirsting for Evil's army had reached an island of the good, but it wouldn't remain one for long. Payday! The advancing Evil's army marched towards a small nearby village. The citizens there fearfully armed themselves and attempted to go on the offensive.
Do not despair! The goddess is on our side! These evil creatures will never be able to resist warriors of the light! Destroy them and their breeding ground in the underground!
An island of evilness is being attacked.
Despair not, and turn away from evil, my child. The goddess will forgive you.
Ah, the goddess can kiss my ass. I prefer to stay evil. Ah!
Those were the days. Back when we fought side by side, Talia. Remember when we captured that orc tribe? And Grimly and Yaina used them as living chessmen? You asked me if that wasn't evil. And I made you copy the Holy Scripture 100 times as punishment.
The thirsting for revenge evil's troops had discovered one of the heroes' outposts. They knew what they had to do. It's payday. Ha ha ha! How do you like that, Thanos? I mean, the inspiring me evil's army had laid waste to the outpost. Now it continued marauding through the country on its way to free Talia.
You will pay for that, vile pack. The goddess will purify you, and the flames will cleanse you.
The pillaging evil's army marched towards the village, and definitely not to buy cheap meats and sausages. The exploring evil had discovered a dungeon entrance in the overworld. Apparently, there was another entrance to the dungeon. This could prove very useful for bringing supplies to the front. There are enemies in your dungeon. Payday.
Why doesn't the good have any problems with torture? Ah!
Evil is approaching my fortress? Enough! My personal guards will deal with this stain on the overworld and drive the evil back into its holes.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Those were the days. Back when we fought side by side, Talia. Remember when we captured that orc tribe? And Grimly and Yaina used them as living chessmen? You asked me if that wasn't evil. And I made you copy the Holy Scripture 100 times as punishment.
Payday.
You need to question and confine your evil essence. Turn to the light.
Not a chance. The dark side has cookies. Ah!
The marauding evil had discovered another island of good. They really should be better hidden if they don't want them to be plundered, burned, and desecrated. Well, that's just the way those do-gooders are. There are enemies in your dungeon.
Turn back to good, my child.
Unfortunately, I'm finding the torture just a little distracting. Ah!
Payday. Tanos's fortress was not far away. Nothing more stood in the way of Talia's... The rattling of Talia's breath was not a good sign. It was impossible to say how much longer she could hold on, but definitely not too long. Talia was almost within reach of the coming to the rescue evil's army. Now was a really good time to think about what to do about Tanos.
Oh, Talia. Why did you kill Griffin? I mean, okay, he was a grumpy old racist who wanted to cut your head off when you were a baby and always insulted you, but that's no reason. Do I really have to do everything myself? I'm busy trying to convert my foster daughter to good from severe torture. Can't you see that? So be it. You'll be easy prey for the goddess. Die, scum!
Tanos threw himself at the absolute evil's army. He wouldn't need long to deal with them, but he was distracted, and Talia was able to free herself from his mental prison.
Must flee. Must reach the dungeon heart. Ow!
Daughter, don't do that! Do not let evil take hold of you again! Stay with me!
Thank you, but I can do without your conversion by torture. But I won't forget it. You will pay for that, and that's what my good side has to say.
With these words, Talia threw herself on the dungeon heart and was teleported away by the tactical evil. Talia was still no match for Tanos, but the sly evil already had a plan.